There's Holmes. A true gentleman stands shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times. I'll see you later then. Wow, that was really the end of the conversation. Oh, you're still here. The great Herlock Sholmes. She pulled the covers off, shook me, poked both cheeks, punched me, and kicked me from the bed. Whoa, Gregson's here too. The whole cast. Secret. I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday. I have a feeling it may prove useful. The professor's autopsy report. He was found guilty in a closed trial 10 years ago. It was all done under wraps. And he was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's all in here. I'll be reading that. Let's read it right now. Condemned prisoner, redacted for confidentiality. Pseudonym the Professor. Death by hanging confirmed at midnight, 17th June. Courtney Stevens. Today we're going to lay all this to rest at last. Let's do it. This is it. The final chapter. Something's going to happen in this trial that I'm not ready for. Wow, the foreshadowing. Finding the truth. The Old Bailey courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, we resume the public hearing of Hairbrain, who has committed murder according to himself. Oh, we're duo queuing today. Okay. All right, it's 2v2. I instructed my assistant to attend to ensure the smooth running of the trial. You have successfully secured the engineer who disappeared from the scene on the day in question. It wasn't like this in my day. Before I do, my lord, there is a report I must read to the court. Yesterday at the Great Exhibition Grounds, the evidence of importance in this case, the super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine, was destroyed. Everybody is significantly less exploded right now than advertised last time. That is true. The machine was blasted to smithers and the wreckage reduced to ashes in the flames. I have a photographic print of the scene taken in the wake of the explosion. Nice trap door. It shows what little remains of the machine. This is the machine from the house that we were in, though, wasn't it? This isn't the crime scene. Well, maybe it is. That looks like the crime scene. Okay, that's supposedly the experimentation stage. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. This will become a very different trial. With no evidence on which to draw meaningful conclusions, the authenticity of the kinesis machine will remain forever in obscurity. I don't think this is how burden of proof works, but all right. We'll just go with it. Summon your witness. Choose your character. They're bringing in Drebber. Enoch Drebber. Hard to pin down. The theft of a waxwork model. The pinnacle of modern science. Wow, we're back to this again? Huh, I feel like we already proved this. This is very weird. I met the young professor approximately 1 year ago through Asmund's introduction. He provided me with the blueprints, and I constructed the machine to his precise specifications. It was no trick. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. Did the victim have a twin? All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads and then crash headfirst into the crystal tower. A terrible accident, I grant you. Perhaps the science on which the machine was built was flawed somehow? Asmund had no twin siblings. Wow. we're going to speed run this. We're starting off the day 1 for 1 right here. I've had enough listening to this guy. I wonder if you can present the broken glass here. Found in the folds of the clothing of the Professor Waxwork? Or do we present the head that was stolen from the Two Spells special exhibit? Nope, we're wrong already. Oh, for 1. Wow, really? Okay. I mean, that's got to be the statement, right? Post-explosion photograph? Does this show anything? Oh, I bet it's one of these things again where you gotta click the right thing. Imagine if you had an itch on your cheek all of a sudden, you'd be utterly helpless. Okay, that seems pretty pointless right now. The mass murderer is Leonardo DiCaprio. This piece of glass is almost as thick as it is wide. No update to the court record on that one? I thought I saw a crack right there. Yeah, it doesn't count, does it? All right, fine. We'll do the pressing. I tried to speedrun it. It didn't work. Trevor likes the red text, yeah. machine has been blown to Kingdom Come. It can't have been orchestrated using someone who looked identical to Asmon, then. It's playing on my mind, too, because it didn't give it to me when I should have been correct. The unveiling of a machine I'd labored over for many months. I saw it clearly with my own eyes, the birdcage plummeting headfirst into the tower. Not in the slightest. If the whole show was a fraud, it would have required a body double. I completely agree. It crashed down with the victim inside into the crystal tower, causing damage to its base. I'm not sure what that changed. I don't know what it wants me to present here. Lost cat. Did he steal his society award too, maybe? No. That looks legit. Oh, wait. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery. I don't know what it wants. All the spectators saw the birdcage appear above their heads and then crash head first into the crystal tower. Oh, I bet it's not head first. I bet it's the base. Okay, that's stupid. They tricked me again with the twin twist. What are you saying? I'm not sure I understand why I would have to fall on the head. We have reports of the birdcage falling headlong into the crystal tower. The damage is at the bottom. Well, I mean, yeah. Did we not already know that? I kind of thought that was implied. Half of his text was read. Damage on the base of the birdcage clearly indicates that it crashed tail first into the tower. Riveting scientific analysis of events from the prosecution there. Only one. There's one more point the defense appears to have forgotten. It obviously wasn't a trick. I hate this witness. The kinesis clearly took place because there's nowhere else 30 feet high for the birdcage to have fallen from. I mean, can we not present this? That's a diagram. No? All right, fine. I'll present the diagram. The birdcage appeared in midair before falling down into the crystal tower. Guess what else was 30 feet tall? You will indicate the place to which you are referring on the same diagram. Sure. This alternative location from which the birdcage could possibly have fallen the requisite 30 feet. How about right here? The experimentation stage was built at a considerable height above ground level. It's about the same height above the ground as the balloon was above the crash site. When the experiment got underway, the machine and the birdcage were engulfed in steam. Nice diagram. My learned friend has no evidence that the stage had such a contrivance in its design. Someone is responsible for the criminal destruction of the kinesis machine itself, it's true. However, the stage still stands. And take a moment to look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. You know that scene in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Pegasus is like, a child could beat you, Bandit Keith. And then he like walks over to the audience and he picks a child out to like battle Bandit Keith, and then Bandit Keith loses to the child. That's kind of what this case is like. Whether Professor Hairbrain's hypothesis is sound or not makes no difference, because it's the construction of this machine that matters. Things aren't looking good for Drebber. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. The assistant's gonna slice open the wine bottles now. If my learned friend has reached the end of his wild assertions. Crush. Your argument fails to hold water on 2 counts. Before and after the experiment, this witness went nowhere near the kinesis machine. Every relevant member of staff from the exhibition has attested to that. And members of Scotland Yard have also been on watch duty at every public experiment. In other words, Mr. Drebber had no opportunity to switch the pair of bird cages. The second flaw in your assertion is a distinct lack of motive. Why would this man have wanted to take the victim's life? I have your contract provided by the witness. It reads, Drebber is to receive 30% of all remunerations from government grants or other income. Mr. Drebber may only uphold this right on condition that both contracting parties are alive. I like how our mysterious masked assistant is just standing there, too. Drebber's contract. If Drebber had no opportunity to switch the birdcage under the stage with the one in the Crystal Tower, he couldn't have done it. I have no idea what his motive might have been. There is one aspect of your argument that still holds true. There were 2 bird cages. At the beginning of this trial, we believed there was only 1 birdcage. Yet now we know there must have been 2. In other words, there was more than meets the eye. The same applies to the culprit. Get to the point. It's inconceivable that you had no hand in the events that transpired. If circumstances mean it's impossible that you could have carried out the crime yourself, it points to the fact that someone else was involved. And co-conspirator, if you will. I must resort to that classic lawyer tactic of bluffing. I know who it is. You have received a stark warning already. If you are nevertheless determined, then I must now ask you to identify this alleged accomplice by name. Further putting the British court system in question as you accuse more members of the forensic investigation team. It's Sephiroth's girlfriend. A lot of waves. Here goes. The person who colluded with Drebber in order to carry out this wicked crime is Scotland Yard's coroner, Courtney Scythe. What the blazes are you talking about? The head of the forensic investigation team and the coroner who conducted the autopsy on the victim? You ever just have a malfunction? Need to reboot the PC. Speaking is hard. I've discovered through playing Ace Attorney, I need to have like a gallon of water with me at all times because I bring up a glass of water at the start of the stream and it lasts like 10 minutes. We know there were 2 bird cages, so who could have carried out the switch to complete the illusion? The accident happened in front of a huge crowd of spectators, and the area was immediately sealed off. Then everyone, police officers included, were banished to make way for the forensic investigation team. When else could the switch have occurred? It could only have been in that team's presence. It's essential that the court determines exactly what happened following the incident. The defense demands that Dr. Scythe be summoned to the witness stand to testify. Yo, everyone's freaking out except our magician friend. He's like dabbing with his hands. I don't know what this is, but this is apparently like dabbing while you're sitting down. Oh, he's got a gun. I know the woman very well. Whoa. I don't want to know your relationship with the woman. How dare you call her a criminal? My learned friend's imagination appears to be wilder than the East End at night. Was that a joke? Anyway, but the recklessness of your accusation aside, there's another grave problem with your argument. One which the prosecution demands you address at once. Who acted as the victim's doppelganger? Come on now. We all know that one. This case is so easy. What can I do to reveal how this body double stunt was achieved? Name someone, present evidence, nothing at the moment. Present evidence. Oh, I think I'm supposed to name Madame Tussaud, actually. 2 spells. I do hope this isn't filibustering, counsel. The court is expecting a name. The body double and the birdcage were hiding inside the balloon that was floating above the stage, which means that any witnesses would have only seen them from 60 feet away. So who was it that appeared out of that explosion some 18 meters above the spectators? The body double inside the second birdcage was... Waxwork Head. We know that the victim, Mr. Asman, was in the birdcage that was situated inside the kinesis machine on stage, and therefore, he couldn't have been inside the second birdcage. That contained something else. A body double. And that body double inside the second birdcage was, in fact... The body double inside the second birdcage was, as unbelievable as it may seem, that thing there. I like how we already have that rolled out onto the floor. Open your eyes and look into mine. What are you playing at? You started by indicting the leader of the forensic investigation team as an accomplice, and now you've moved on to indicting Waxworks. It looks nothing like the victim. Days before Harebrain performed his public demonstration, Drebber abducted this model from Madame Tuspel's. And 2 days after the incident at that great exhibition, he returned it to the museum. At first, I couldn't see why Drebber would have stolen the waxwork and given it back again. But now, I have a brain. Are you hearing this, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Are you hearing the defense's astonishing proposal? I'm smelling a jury, what's it called? Jury showdown. Here comes the Yuzai. Myself and my colleagues have reached an agreement. The defense is whack.
Yuzai.
They turned so quickly. They're all going out for drinks. They've had enough. The jury has reached a consensus. The defense will now embark on a summation, examination, recreation nation station. We are, my lord. Very well. What's up, mess? Judicial findings. The jurors' confessions. The judge just knows he's going to do it, yeah. I've known that woman for years. She'd never be an accomplice to anything. Who are you? Like, her ex? Definitely not her husband. It's utter nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving with one another. Oh, dear. This is most troubling, but surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner, is it? I have had my own problems with members of the police. I do not trust them much. Relatable. I've seen no rigorous proof that this waxwork was ever inside the birdcage. It's conjecture. Accusing someone without right evidences? He's not on a proper job, is he? I won't have it. Yeah, I don't like that they started with number 6 either. The introduction of this waxwork model to the proceedings has polarized opinion. What do they call it in Danganronpa V3? Split decision? Split something. I think it's split decision. Scrum debate, that's what I'm saying. Ooh, nice vocabulary word there. Temerity. Could you imagine if Ace Attorney crossed over with Danganronpa for a game? That would be cool. We're in the middle of court and all of a sudden you hear pass to the center, pass to the center. We must prevent the trial from ending prematurely at all costs. Seek a way out. What if Ace Attorney had a crossover game with Professor Layton? What if? They'll never make one of those. Jury examination featuring creepy Sephiroth steampunk guy in the background. The defense's rebuttal. I also realized after last night's stream that GAA 2 is just Dual Destinies 150 years earlier. The parallels are astounding. I'm a copper lad. Wait, did he just say that the cops bend the rules when it's appropriate for them? I feel like this game is too real. Ted Tonate is there. Aura Blackquill is there. Yep. Yep. Now we just need the courtroom to explode. Knowing this guy, there's probably dynamite somewhere in the courtroom. I've been working at the yard for 40-odd years. 40 is an even number, sir. Try again. Oh, did you see that? He said that's even more than I thought. That was a pretty good comeback. Very subtle. I like it. Been working for 40-odd years. We've only had the Metropolitan Police Service in town for 70, you know. Times have changed. The public didn't trust coppers back when I started. It was rough. Now they love us. We had to fight crime, and we had to fight to win the public's trust as well. And when we did. Forensic science was in its infancy too, even more than it is now. And she spearheaded the revolution. Now look at her head of the forensic investigation team. And a woman, no less. Wow. You won't hear me complain. Can't decide if this guy is a feminist or he's pretending to be. Could you tell me without holding that gun in there? All right, that testimony was a total waste. It's utter nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving with one another. The man behind those murders on Solar Ponds Street was caught in 2 days flat. It was Dr. Scythe in charge of examining the bodies. I thought it was up to me to press the jurors. We have run into each other on numerous occasions while I have been performing on the street. Artists such as myself cannot appear on stage as we work in close proximity to our audiences, so we perform our great magic in parks, on street corners, and the like. But the police use any excuse to make our lives difficult. Uh-oh. You've upset the policeman. Let's pursue. He's gonna shoot his gun at the magician. Mr. Ottermole? Who are you calling a mass murderer? Whoops. I got confused because I heard you look like him. You want to be locked up, Sonny? I was really wondering if you had something you wanted to add in response to juror number 3. And clearly you do. Back in my day, back in the good old days, it wasn't like this. We had to serve on the jury uphill both ways. The coroner's report was the hallmark of an investigation done right. Who's Courtney Stevens? That's what I thought. She got married. We can establish a connection. I've seen it too. She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew her, of course, a legendary coroner. How do I present? Masked man. All right, I'm going to keep pressing because I don't know what it wants me to do here. If you're going to make a claim about that waxwork being inside the birdcage, you need to give us some evidence. For science. Evidence that the Professor Waxwork was inside the birdcage. I have evidence. I must warn you that I firmly believe it's only wise to trust men in white coats. Wait, but he's wearing a black coat. Does that mean that he doesn't trust himself? I was gonna say. It's a piece of broken glass that we found inside the jacket on the waxwork. It's not ordinary glass. It's Crystal Tower glass. What do we got? The presence of that piece of glass leaves me in little doubt that the waxwork was indeed inside that birdcage. No? There's to be a new Herlock Sholmes adventure published next month. And a penalty. I'm on the wrong track. That's never happened before. All right, I guess we'll just keep pressing. Why did you bring the corn with you? Colonel Cobb. Nibble, nobble, guilty, bobble, nibble, not guilty, out. Nibble, nobble, guilty, bobble. Oh my goodness. All right. Maze-ing. Okay, come on now, Ace Attorney, calm down. That one was pretty corny, agreed. Well, I think we need to press something. It's other nonsense things to ever be conniving with one another. Maybe it's 5 and 4? Oh, what? No. The best corner in the land. I don't know what goes with what here. Those two statements contradict each other. Put down your corn. I don't understand much besides Colonel Cobb. Of course you don't. Oh. We took a screenshot when I accidentally hit my keyboard. Nice. There we go. Now we can remember this jury moment forever. All right, we didn't kill the stream, did we? Good. Didn't accidentally hit a hotkey that kills the stream. All right. We saved one juror. Wow, she hit her button with the corn. She was Courtney Stevens back when I knew her, a legendary coroner. It's utter nonsense to think those two would ever be conniving. But surely the waxwork the man stole has nothing to do with the coroner. I don't see how this connects. I've had my own problems with members of police. I don't trust them much. Is it these two? I think we need to save again. Yeah, that's not right. We're loading. The quick load. Why are those contradictory? I don't understand. There's nothing contradictory about them. I presume that you heard what juror number 6 said. It's brought to light the maiden name of the coroner. But she didn't even bring up the connection. That was juror number 1. This doesn't make any sense. Juror number 1 said we haven't established a connection. Evidence. The evidence that clearly links Scythe to the mass murderer known as the Professor. Is it just the autopsy report? The man was a capital offender. The identity of the killer was never made public, so the report gives few details. What's important is the name of the coroner who wrote it. Courtney Stevens. Strike a light. A few days ago, Drebber very deliberately stole the waxwork from Madame Two Spells. The professor case is at the heart of a link that we have yet to uncover. A link to the past. This is all most extraordinary. She definitely reads Bronte. There it is. We did it. Justice is back on the table. Two jurors now call guilty and 4 call not guilty. Could you imagine if this was how real court worked? You could just interject whenever you want as a juror. Like, I'm going for guilty, I'm going home. It's the waxwork of the professor that links Drebber to Scythe, and I'm convinced that there's a special significance to that link. Madame Two Spells. You're on the brink of opening Pandora's box. Nice. The court will adjourn for 45 minutes, everyone. That's quite some time. To be continued. Bum, bum, bum. Okay.